Every time I think things can't get crazier, they do. So, this is going to turn into a continuation of the last video. So here we go. In the last video, I predicted another Elevation Church sermon. Go figure. I'm a little confused on where to start with this one, man. First of all, I regret not saying what was actually going through my head when I made the last video. I was overly focused on proving that what was going through my head is what he said, Pastor Steve. There was a second thing that was going through my head I wasn't mentioning the whole time. The other way God's been saying it. So again, music, just things around me in life, everywhere, and things that are not just the YouTube algorithm and such. All these things are coming together, and they're saying it one of two ways. They say move on, or they're saying let go. Those are the two ways it's always been said, okay? Yeah. And then a week, the sermon after I made that video was not I'm sure it had significance somehow. I don't remember what it was, but the one after that, on the 30th, the sermon is actually titled "When God Says It's Time to Let Go." I might be quoting it slightly, but point is when God's telling you to let go of something. Yeah. So that happened. And remember how I was saying, oh, this feels like an Abraham and Isaac kind of situation? Well, that's what the sermon was about. Abraham and Isaac. Yep, exactly. So, man, I could make a whole video about the way things outside of the algorithm are telling me to either move on or let go. I have to ignore that topic because that is a rabbit hole that is just crazy. I didn't get to the crazy part yet, by the way. I really didn't. I'm not there yet. This is old news. Anyway. Okay. To explain how crazy this is, I have to shift my focus to, again, back to that night on the ridge when I imagined her, a girl living in a very specific spot with very specific traits. I have to do a little detail on how I got to that point in my head, how I got to that thought. I was at Crater Lake. Again, spending the night. That's the night I made the dating profile, blah, blah, blah. Looking for a friend, that was it. But I can't get sidetracked. Crazy story. Go through the other videos. Before going to bed, I wanted to look at the lights, the view from that cliff. And when I did that, I looked through the lights, and I thought, looking from that lookout, wow, if I only had a place, house right below this spot, wouldn't that be amazing? This would be like a mini Washington. It'd be everything I ever dreamed, but right here in my hometown. And again, that's when I thought, but my friends are gone. Well, I got all my friends back now. And I thought, well, there's that one girl I used to date, and she's so close to all the things I'm looking for, so close to the spot I'm thinking of. Too bad she just didn't live on the other side of that woods with these traits, and again, that's how I imagined her. Now, through all this, my big question to God has kind of been, God, if that's the spot I wanted to live in, how can I move on? How can I plan my life around that if that's where I wanted to live? And there was one way I was thinking of that could make me move on. My only thought was, what if I got a house? And I didn't say it in other videos. I should have, man. I should have. Let's go back to that original thought I had of looking at the overlook. If only I had a house right below this spot. Right? Yeah. Turns out, below that spot was a person I knew the whole time. I haven't spoke to him in maybe 10 years, unfortunately. He was my aunt's ex-husband, and luckily we weren't, although I hadn't contacted him in a long time, I'm not too distanced from him because of my cousin that still was very close to him, and I regret not reaching out to him. And I wanted to see how he was doing here and there, but I never got to, and I really regret that. That's not the point of this video, though, but I do. He died, and my cousin, knowing I was in love with that area, said she'd do what she can to try to. Now, the family's gonna sell the house, but she said she'll do what she can to try to reserve the house for me. She knows I'm in love with it, and I know she'd love to see me have it. Again, it's, a few people inheriting it, it seems, and all that, so it's not like one person has all the power here. The point is, yeah, that house is how I let go and move on. It's everything I wanted right there. It's everything I dreamed of when I was on that ridge that night. Now, to put in perspective how unlikely this is, if you live in your hometown, yeah, what's the chances, throwing a dart at something twice and both laying around a certain spot, yeah, your world was a small area. No, man. I live 2 hours south of my hometown, Stillwater. And I live 2 hours north of my hometown, Stillwater. The spots I could have had that thought go through my head could have been any spot between those two places. Again, it's about a 4-hour drive from me to my place up north. So, imagine a dartboard that big, and you're really not even aiming. It's more like almost a computer, generating a random coordinate out of this giant area, and both darts land on a very, very specific point on a map. Only to zoom in to that bullseye and notice not only are they on that bullseye, a town, but pinpoint accuracy. Pinpoint. Down to the house. And this isn't just, a dart, you get as many throws as you want. No, each dart itself was as unlikely as a miracle itself. I can't express to you how unlikely all of this is mathematically. Forget the visions, forget it. No, this this is absurd. And this house itself is everything I dreamed of. Everything. I rode my bicycle looking for an ice cave that was back there. It was on it might even be on his property, this ice cave. I haven't looked at the borders, but I think it's on the property. I found it when I visited the property for the first time. I was looking for that thing by bicycle when I was young, that cave, and I found it. It was there. Isn't that wild? And yeah, I climbed the cliff. I realized I could get the view any night I want of those the specific lights looking out. You overlook any day I could climb that and climb those two lakes. I love Crater Lake and the lake below. I always forget the name, whatever. I mean, talk about God's gonna provide you with more than you, like, God's gonna provide you a life better than you can imagine. Now, not that that sounds in a form selfish. I don't like that. Look, I understand there's plenty of believers that die horrific deaths in war and stuff. Look, I understand that. I'm not I feel bad for those people. I have my theories. I'm not gonna get into that, but what I can tell you is what's happening to me is absurd. And when I say the house is everything I could have, so, you see how I enjoy cooking with my wood burning stove here? Actually, yeah, it's actually really hot in here. Yeah, no, there's an active fire in there. Oh, well, it's smoldering and all that. But, I love using this thing. The kitchen, the house is built in 1970. It has a giant one of these in, perfect condition. You can never find one of those usable. I can use the thing to heat the house. It has a second fireplace. It has an oil burner. I collect oil for free constantly. I can heat the house for free. You know how, I am, at this point fantasizing of living in that house, by myself and just worshiping God at this point for everything He's provided, going to the top of the cliff every day and just praying. You have no idea how much I want to do that, which it there's other details about the house I'm not even gonna say because they're that crazy. I accidentally prophesied this in a story that I wrote a long time ago, down to a very specific model car that was not abandoned there, but is there, that I'm probably gonna get. I prophesied a car down to a specific model and a specific color, and there it is. It isn't that. It's the only story I ever wrote out of school. I hate writing stories. Hated it. It's the only story I ever wrote in my free time. And I prophesied traits of that property, you could say, down to a specific car. You know how crazy that is? People are going to say God isn't real. My mind is just blown, man. My mind's blown. I have to make the video proving the vision of the crash now. I think it's time. That'll be the next one. I'll just separate these two videos because I think I should. Because this next part is a big deal.